the general public welfare by the use of their leadership position. Uh, there is whatever talk that says the danger of one story, the one-sided story. So there is those who have been fed by information about Gaddafi that is negative and all negative, and some of these positive things were pushed under so that nobody accesses them. But right now, I think we can look at it and gauge as we engage into the leadership conversation. Who is who where? Why don't we have this Gaddafi in Kenya? Why don't we have these Gaddafis in this generation? Why is everybody in parliament for themselves, in the governorship for themselves, MCA for themselves? What happened to leadership being putting the welfare of the people ahead of personal gain? Mzalendo.
That's thank you, Bernard. That is a very important clip that you played. The Libyan leader. I mean, there's very very good things that he did for his people, apart from the atrocities that he also committed in his country. But by and large, he did a lot to improve the livelihood of Libyans. Because Libya, I think 90% they depend on the petroleum industry. So he made good use of his petrol to better the lives of Libyans. A country like ours, Kenya, we are scrambling for barely nothing. We are scrambling for taxes. We should ask questions about the Takwel oil. Yeah, what really happened? Uh, I read somewhere that it is no longer economically viable to keep to sell that oil. What happened to the Takwel oil? I mean, why don't we ask the relevant questions? Then there is also this issue that our institutions have failed, and Bernard, this is where Kenya needs to go. There is importation of labor. We need to get the best brains to run some of these things in our country. In IT sector, in manufacturing sector, we need to get a Chinese from a company in China that is doing something that we can do back at home. Yeah, we need to get an expert, bring him home, pay him a lot of money, and we get his technology. Yeah, we need to get somebody from Pakistan. We need to get people from in the IT sector in India to tell us what they are doing differently than we in Kenya or African states, so that we boost our economy. So this country does not have minerals, so we cannot compare Kenya and Libya. Kenya tuko na nini ya
Wewe
kujivunia?
Bwana Mzalendo, tafadhali.
Nauliza tu
Kenya
ni
kuna
tuko na nini apart from taxes?
wewe tafadhali.
Hmm?
Kenya.
Na hiyo port ya Mombasa, hiyo peke yake tu, hiyo tu ndio peke yake tuko nayo.
Hapana Bwana
Ukisema
Mzalendo.
tuko na mafuta, hatuna mafuta. Tuko na madini, hatuna madini.
Wacha tukupatie list, okay? Uh, okay, nitakupatia mfano wangu, okay? Ningekuwa rais wa hii nchi, okay? Singehitaji madini yeyote ya kuchimba kutajirisha nchi hii, kwa sababu zile vitu ziko juu ya ardhi peke yake vinatosha kutajirisha kila Mkenya kwa vyovyote vile, bora tu vitumike ipasavyo. Kwa mfano, ng'ombe zetu za kienyeji, nyama yake is the most expensive on the market. Wakenya watakuuzia ng'ombe tuseme 30,000 40,000 kama ni juu sana, okay? But on the international market, when you're exporting, what happens? You make millions on the same. And that is the reason why cattle rustling is a very huge, rewarding business at this point. Hata mkisemanga tu ni vijana wanafanya hiyo maneno, ni wakubwa wako ndani wanafanya hiyo biashara. Kile ninachosema ni hiki: Kenya has enough to cater for everything. It's an excuse to say that we don't have. We do. Leba hiyo unaongea, sisi ndio peke yetu tuko na M-Pesa, na hiyo M-Pesa haikutoka India, haikutoka China. It is homegrown. Moi had a vision when he started Jomo Kenyatta University of Technology, okay, and the Kenya Polytechnic and all these things. He had a vision of having whatever a self reliance in terms of human resource development. The problem in Kenya is governance. Viongozi hawataki nchi ijitegemee, wanataka nchi iendelee kutegemea misaada. Kwa nini? Hata ule msaada unakuja tunakula, huu msaada unakuja unaishia kwa mifuko za watu. I was in Marsabit, napewa story ingine very sad, ati kuna equalization fund. Equalization fund ile the counties that are behind, they are given extra than those ones that are ahead in terms of development. Naambiwa hiyo hela ikifika inaendaga direct kwa private account ya governor, anafanya mortgage sijui nyumba US ama nini. So we are the enemies of ourselves. Why? We don't want the country to be free. Our leaders are our let down, sio lack of resources. Walimu wetu peke yao tuki export hiyo ni hela. Our coffee is the best now. If we only manufactured the coffee and sold it as finished product, what will happen to Kenya? Will turn around. If we manufactured our tea here and sold it as finished product, we will become a free country. We thrive in begging, led by our leaders who don't want us to be free by developing our resources. Our tea tunaenda kuuza raw material, ati tumeenda Mombasa kufanya bidding ya kuuza matawi. Nchi gani at this particular time inauza matawi bado ya tea? We have coffee and all that. So ndio nasema hata kabla tuingie huko chini, hata tunatafuta mafuta na tunatafuta gold na kutafuta hizo zingine cement nini, zile ziko hapa juu zinatosha kutajirisha Kenya. Kile tuna lack is a leader who believes in Kenya and wants Kenya to be free. Let's not look for excuses.
No, Bernard, you are right. You are right. I agree with you in what you are saying, that most of our governors are corrupt, and we settled for that. We settled for that. So you made your bed, lie on it. You settled for those corrupt leaders, and some of them were selected for you. Chagua huyu ndio bora zaidi. Amukupatia wananchi nafasi wa kuchagua viongozi bora, and it runs all the way. So it is politics. Our politics is bad, and that is the reason why we are where we are. We have been struggling with it. We can't give up. That is why you have this show where we have our views. Sometimes you might not like what Mzalendo is saying, but it is the truth. It is what it is. Ukiongea mambo ya lecturers, unaona they also want to be paid like MPs, wanafuga mandevu instead of impacting knowledge. Wakitokea kwa TV unaona solidarity forever, solidarity forever, because what they are looking for is their stomach. So inchi imekuwa ni inchi ya tumbo. Ukiona madaktari wakienda kugoma, wanaangalia huyu politician hata kusoma vizuri, analipwa vizuri zaidi kunishinda, kwa nini? So wacha tugome. They want to be in that class. So that is the country we are in. Msijifanya ati hii ni problem ya Ruto ama problem ya Raila. Ni problem ya society. Kenyan society, we need to start teaching corruption right from school. Ukiona nchi kama hii Marekani, hii mahali niko, saa zingine unaona wanasema kitu moja, wanawadanganya ati dreamers, people who are dreaming to come to US, wanapeana inaitwaje hii green card. Una apply green card ukuje pande hii, but you know what they do? They make sure that the big chunk of those who are going to succeed are from Asia in the IT sector. Yeah, those who are very very clever, wanawapoch kutoka kwa universities kule, wanaleta pande hii. Those are the guys who drive the economy of this country, and they have learned that game. Then they made sure that for economic stability you have to have security, ndio uweze ku breed hizo ng'ombe za kuuza. Our meat is very very good, but yes, Bernard, umedecide ukaweka ng'ombe yako, but asubuhi ukiamka unapata zimeibiwa zote. So which is very very important? Is it the security ama hiyo ng'ombe? So they make sure that the security of the country is good. That is why ukiona meli ya Marekani pale Indian Ocean unashindwa hii meli inafanya nini hapa. Ukiona wakitengeneza wakiweka hema pale na nyuki, unashindwa hawa watu wanafanya nini. If they are training your soldiers, unashindwa hawa watu wanafanya nini. When they ban TikTok in some states here, they know, because the Chinese is using that technology to rob them something. So Kenya tunaelekea mahali technology is the in thing. Hii mambo unasema tuanze kufuga ng'ombe sijui nini, hiyo ilipitwa na wakati. Watu watakula ng'ombe, zinaweza fugwa kila mahali, even private citizens wanafuga, but pesa iko wapi? Pesa ile inaweza kukusaidia iko wapi? Angalia pesa ile inaweza kusaidia, na akili ya kuleta hiyo pesa iko wapi? Mkenya mwenyewe is so corrupt. Yeah, we have the best brains in M-Pesa. M-Pesa, yes, M-Pesa you launched it, but imesaidia wa Kenya. People have opened a business. Look at how M-Pesa has changed people's lives, and it was a brainchild of some students from Strathmore. So you can imagine those brains. And now I want you to find out, where are these guys who started M-Pesa? Tafuta mali wako. Tafuta tu mali walienda. Utapata wako Wall Street hapa. Yeah, they are changing things here. Kenya tumebaki na watu wanakimbizana na wanasiasa, nakimbizana na governor ameiba, sijui mwingine huko Usia alikuwa ameiba 1 billion. Governor unaiba 1 billion, unapeleka na wapi? And these are the leaders we are told to choose. Chagua hawa viongozi. So we need to look at our leaders very well when we go to the ballot. Angalia huyu jamaa kama anaweza leta mabadiliko. But I also think that leaders in Kenya stay for so long. Governor hawezi kuwa kwa kiti for 5 years akiibaiba, na bado tunangojea for 5 years. Wacha kae 3 years aende. MP wacha kae 2 years waende. Akishindwa kuimplement anything within the 2 years, anaenda. Akifanya kazi within the 2 years, anarudishwa, anaendelea hivyo hivyo. That is the only way we can hold these people accountable. Yeah. So 2 years is enough for you to bring development, but 5 years is a lot of time for a thief to be in office.
Thank you for bringing that up, and an important way to look at it. But what I see is that we don't fail because of circumstances. We are failing because of systems. Systems in the sense that we like, for example, we say there is free primary education. Okay, the free primary education will emanate all these children to go to secondary school. Okay, Then let's say we are paying for secondary school, or assume let's say we're having free secondary education also. So free primary, free secondary, then university. What happens is after they graduate, where do they go? We don't have where they can be assimilated. Okay. So what are we investing in education for? If we are training these people up to university level, then we cannot engage them into productive engagement. In my opinion, it is the government that is running programs that are ending up in problems instead of them providing solution. But if you had a systematic way, you clear primary school, you get to secondary school, then you get either to the university or technical school. Then from there, you are either taken by the industry of your interest, or you are taken to serve here, so that there is a seamless flow. Just like you move from standard one to standard two, there is a seamless flow of everybody who goes through the education system ends up engaged into the last day of his pay. But if we are pumping billions into education, then education can only give us stomaching people. Okay. And then we pump a lot into, let's say, transport sector. The transport sector only results us into having congestion in the city, other than facilitate our fast moving around in order for us to be productive. And so we need a rethink as a people to begin to ask ourselves, why are we going to school in the first place? Why is there demand for us to go to school? And when we go to school, what do we become? How do we become profitable to the society and to the government as a whole? So kabla hata tuanze kuzungumza kuhusu nini masuala ya governors and their corruption and all that, the whole system in Kenya, in my opinion, it is bound to fail. Graduation every year, we have graduated 2 million people. 2 million people. All of them, we are throwing them on the street. Throwing them on the street. You are like that fisherman who goes to Lake Victoria all night. Ameenda kona zote, amekusanya samaki. Okay? Asubuhi ikifika amechoka, ametoka na hizo samaki nini? Kwa ufuo wa bahari. Tena jioni hana mahali pa kuzipeleka, anazirudisha ndani ya hiyo bahari. Tena usiku wote afanye hiyo. Hii kazi tunayofanyishwa kama Wakenya ndio kazi ambayo inapaswa sisi kama Wakenya kuanza kujiuliza maswali. Are we moving forward or we are moving backward? And who is helping us move forward? Because tusipoanza kuambiana ukweli, tutadanganyana tu hapa mpaka milele. In my opinion, we are failing because we are doomed to fail by reason of the systems we are running. Nobody wants solutions, permanent solution to our problems. We want fixing a little here, create another crisis there. Fixing a little here, create another crisis there. Fixing a little here, create another crisis there. And the vicious circle continues over and over, over and over. And that's why we talk about nimemaliza tano yangu, mniongeze tano ingine fresh, nimalize ili niende. Na ninapoenda nitaenda sasa kuwa appointed chairman wa parastatal, niendelee pia kukula hapo, nikiendelea na maneno mpaka siku yangu ya kufa. Kenya inapaswa kuokolewa. Hivi mambo hayaendi. The developing countries and developed countries don't work the way we work. That is my take.
Bernard, one day you'll wake up and